to the Rock on Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, Maine Republicans submit a bill aimed at banning transgender athletes from competing in women's sports. Plus, the latest on an effort to recall Governor Janet Mills. And Mainers are discovering lots of leaky roofs as the snow continues to melt. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Emma Smith will join us in just a little bit. We'll have those stories and much more coming up over the next hour. But first, a check of the forecast. It looks like some messy weather moving into the state this morning. Some areas will see a little rain first. A lot of us are expecting to see snow before it's all over. Looks like later on this morning is when the snow will start here in the Bangor area. For more on what we can expect, let's turn things over to Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Irish Collision Center. Irish Collision Center offers expert repairs with a 3D frame measuring system, aluminum repair equipment. Our recent expansion boosts capacity, faster service. We're dedicated to quality every time. Visit us today. Here we go. Temperatures not too bad this morning. They did get a little bit colder further off towards the north, but across our neck of the woods, we've been seeing teens and 20s in our backyard. Moving forward, we do have a winter weather advisory that will expire at 7 o'clock tonight. We will have some snowfall and some mixed precipitation that will be taking place, and we also have a small crowd advisory that is up until 7 a.m. on Friday. Meanwhile, we're quiet at the moment, and the keyword is at the moment. Look further down to the south and west. We are seeing our first wave of energy, and the main event that's tracking off to the north and east. This will give us snow and a little bit of rain passing through as well. Futurecast showing the snow moving in this morning, transitioning to rain for some of you too, along and south of Bangor, but it does get out of here later on tonight. Maybe some lingering snow off toward the north later on tonight and the parts of tomorrow. Some wind gusts today up to around 15, 20, maybe up to 30 miles per hour further down to the south. We'll have more wind gusts on the way for sure as we head towards your Friday. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon periods showing the snow beginning later on this morning with temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you very much, Devin. I was reading just a little while ago, too, maybe get 2 to 4 inches here in the Bangor area. We'll have much more coming up in that full forecast. Well, meanwhile, a bill seeking to ban transgender people from participating in women's sports or using women's bathrooms or locker rooms was introduced at the State House on Wednesday. Our Augusta reporter, Corey Bichard, has the story.
Denying biological reality and allowing males to compete on female athletic teams has been a huge setback for women.
On Wednesday, Representative Elizabeth Caruso held a press conference to introduce her bill titled An Act to Ensure Equity and Safety in Athletics, Restrooms, Changing Rooms, and Housing at Elementary, Secondary, and Post-Secondary Schools, which would ban transgender athletes from competing on single-sex teams of the gender they identify as.
Without single-sex sports, there can be no equal athletic opportunities. This bill ultimately is a win-win for all of Maine, and it joins more than 26 states in providing equitable and safe school sports.
As the title also suggests, the bill, as currently written, would also ban transgender people from using bathrooms, locker rooms, and changing facilities of the gender they identify as in any educational institution in Maine, from kindergarten through college. Senate Democratic leader Teresa Peirce says while she hasn't read the bill yet, the main goal for Democrats will be to protect Maine kids.
I think we want to protect Maine kids and keep them protected. We should never be using kids as political fodder, which has happened recently. I'm not saying that it's happened in this situation, but we want to protect kids. It's hard to grow up. It's hard to maneuver things that are going on, and so we want to make sure that we do that in a way that we always have done in Maine.
Senator Peirce adds that once a bill reaches the committee, a committee member can change the bill as they see fit or choose to recommend not to pass the bill. The legislative process also requires input from the public through public hearings.
Look forward to that bill hitting the process, as all bills do, which will have a full public hearing, full transparency, and having a full public discussion about it. So that'll take a little bit of time once a bill kind of hits a committee, but I look forward to that conversation.
The bill was submitted on Wednesday and has yet to be assigned to a committee. At the State House, I'm Corey Bichard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, the U.S. Department of Education's Acting Assistant Secretary for Civil Rights Craig Traynor released the following statement about Maine's compliance with Title IX. It said, quote, "It is shameful that Governor Mills refuses to stand with women and girls. Her rejection of the anti-discrimination obligations that Maine voluntarily accepted when it agreed to receive federal taxpayer dollars is unlawful." OCR is still actively investigating Maine and one of its school administrative districts for apparent violations of federal law. To Maine education leaders who stand up for girls and will comply with Title IX in their school districts and campuses, the Trump administration and the American people support you fully. Meanwhile, Representative Billy Bob Falkingham took to Facebook to sound off about the censure of Representative Libby, arguing Libby's Facebook post about transgender athletes did not violate Facebook community standards. He says there are no guidelines in the House Ethics Code that dictate what members can or can't say on social media, and blasted Democrats for essentially taking away her vote.
So we're down a member because the Democrats want her to bend a knee and apologize for protecting girls' sports. Well, I can tell you right now, the Republicans in the legislature are going to do everything we can to protect Title IX, to protect girls' sports. We're not going away. We're going to stand up for the girls. We're going to stand up for the girls in sports. We're going to stand up for the girls in phys ed class, in the locker rooms. We're going to stand up for girls, and we're not going to give up on this issue.
Representative Libby was censured by the legislature Tuesday night after being accused of violating the legislature's code of ethics. Well, meanwhile, since being created this past Sunday, a local resident's petition to recall Governor Janet Mills has already garnered thousands of signatures. Our Doug Banks has those details.
It's been less than a week since the public dispute over transgender rights between President Donald Trump and Governor Janet Mills. Since then, a petition to recall the governor has gained traction on change.org, a website that allows users to create and sign petitions for various social causes. According to the petition's website, Initiate the Recall of Governor Janet Mills was created on Sunday, February 23rd, by Maine resident Melissa Moulton, 2 days after the exchange between the president and the governor at the White House.
I was outraged, really, that I felt she totally disrespected him and she disrespected us Mainers, and I didn't expect her to behave in that manner.
The petition states numerous reasons as to why they're urging the public to sign, including claims that the governor's policies do not align with the majority of Maine's people. Since Wednesday night, the petition has garnered over 16,000 signatures. However, Maine is one of 30 states that doesn't have any provisions to recall a governor.
I'm absolutely blown away by this because I have zero political background. I was just curious to gauge Maine's response in regard to Janet Mills's luncheon with President Trump, and I was very upset with that.
According to Moulton, she was approached by a local Facebook group to create the event March Against Mills, that according to its Facebook page, is scheduled to take place this Saturday at 10 a.m. at the State House.
Boys should not be playing girls' sports, period.
We've reached out to Governor Mills' office, but did not receive a response. Doug Banks reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, on Wednesday, state lawmakers reacted to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs dismissal of more than 1,400 employees all around the country. Several of those employees were fired earlier this week from the Togus VA Medical Center in Augusta. Senator Susan Collins says she's contacted the Trump administration for more information. She says the administration, quote, has the right to examine ways to streamline service at the VA and ensure veterans are getting top-of-the-line care. But it needs to be taking a careful look at the agency's needs, not making sweeping, indiscriminate cuts, especially when we are dealing with something as critical as caring for our nation's veterans. Senator Angus King also issued a statement saying in part, quote, the fact that the majority of the Togus firings are veterans themselves adds insult to injury as they work to deliver care to those who served. A series of bills aimed at combating the use of a toxic firefighting foam in the state faced a public hearing in Augusta yesterday. The foam is called aqueous film forming foam, or AFFF. It's a type of foam used to help with fighting fires that are tough to put out, such as at airports. The bills will, among other things, have the state fire marshal compile an inventory of all facilities and departments that use the foam and have the Department of Environmental Protection create a process for safely disposing of it. The bills were sponsored by Representative Dan Ankles from Brunswick after the foam was discharged from the hangar at the old Brunswick Naval Air Station back in August. It ended up spilling into the environment, including into some local residents' drinking water.
It was the worst spill of its kind in Maine's history. The foam got into the groundwater, the stormwater system, the sewer system, environmentally sensitive watersheds. Harpswell Cove, which is a part of the working waterfront that was finally getting ready to come back online after a long closure, and the Androscoggin River, which we've been spending decades trying to clean up.
The bills now face a work session before they can receive a full vote before the legislature. We will certainly keep you up to date on that. Meanwhile, the time is 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the owners of the Bangor Mall say they're taking steps to make some badly needed repairs. We'll tell you what's happening there. But first, another check of that weather forecast. We can expect a little rain and snow today as a storm moves across the state. Highs around 38 degrees. Tonight, rain and snow will decrease as the storm starts moving out of the area. The lows will drop down to the upper 20s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and windy with highs near 39. We'll be right back.
When bad allergies attack, trust Claritin to keep you in the game. Nothing has proven more powerful for continuous non-drowsy allergy relief. Live Claritin Clear.
My dad got shoved by an employee at the nursing home and broke his hip. When I asked management about it, they tried to cover it up and said it was an accident.
If a serious injury has happened at a nursing home that's brought up cause for concern, call the 2s right now.
Our attorney at Lowry and Associates investigated and found out the truth. The nursing home had to take responsibility for what happened to my dad.
If you suspect nursing home abuse or neglect, we're your go-to lawyers.
Katahdin Federal Credit Union wishes the Skank Wolverines the best as they go for the gold ball. And Stanley's Auto Center in Medway congratulate Skank Wolverines on their successful season.
Give me something big you might take with you to the new beach.
Binoculars.
Family Feud.
Hey, girl.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC7.
Join America's favorite game
You never know what's going to happen.
for the I Can't Believe It.
Oh, my goodness.
And always for the unexpected.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
That's not it, but thank you. Who knows what we will do next?
Weekdays at 7 on ABC7.
Welcome back, everyone. More cases of bird flu have been reported here in Maine. Officials believe a group of dead ducks found on a beach in York died from avian flu. The Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife says it's likely the cause based on the number of dead birds, the species, and the location where they were found. Officials say there have been over a dozen cases this year alone between Kittery and just north of Portland, kind of spreading this way. Officials across the country are tracking the disease, with the latest government data showing the current outbreak is responsible for the deaths of at least 100 million birds. Game officials say southern Maine residents with poultry flocks should take extra precautions. They should limit contact between domestic and wild birds, provide clean drinking water, and to practice strict biosecurity measures.
The owners of the Bangor Mall say they've recently made substantial progress in repairing the mall's property. This statement comes more than a month after a hearing between Namdar Realty Group and the city of Bangor, where the city filed 2 separate lawsuits accusing the owners of multiple code violations, and more recently after a business owner in the mall claimed they'd stop paying rent due to the owners not fixing the store's leaking roof. According to a Namdar Realty Group spokesperson, they've made all necessary repairs to the mall's roof, as well as begin to address issues that were, quote, neglected by the previous owners. Those include the property's sewer line and stormwater system. In a statement, they say in part, quote, "These actions demonstrate Namdar Property Group's ongoing commitment to restoring the mall, the property, and its underlying infrastructure, as well as exploring every opportunity to add value, which will ultimately benefit the great city of Bangor."
Well, meanwhile, a local medical cannabis business is running a promotion through the next month to benefit the Old Town Caring Community Cupboard. Starting March 1st, anyone who places an order with Carter's Kind and donates one non-perishable food or hygiene item will receive a 10% discount off their order. Carter's Kind owner Darren Oren says he and his wife are running the promotion because he knows what it's like to need a little extra support. And now that he's doing better, he wants to give back to the community.
Our company motto is "Let's heal together." Cannabis is very healing medicine, so it's also important that we help heal our community as well.
Good for them. Nice thing to see.
First time I've heard of a cannabis group doing fundraising work.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's different.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, the time now is 6:16. After the break, snow is melting rapidly this week, causing a new set of problems for especially property owners. We'll hear advice.
Plus, a fire department is without a station after their roof collapsed under the weight of snow. We'll see that footage right after the break.
Dedication, teamwork, and passion has driven your team to the state championships. Now it's time to cheer them on. Coastal Auto Parts has what you need to get to the big game. Get up and go.
Foggy's Pub, your place for fun, food, and friends in Palmyra, Maine.
Orono is more than just a college town. It's an affordable destination. Welcome to the Orono Arcade, where we have both modern and retro games. And for a new experience, check out our 9-hole blacklight mini golf course. Budget-friendly, fun for the whole family, with 13 restaurants within walking distance. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
The road to the Oscars is heating up the mornings on GMA. The stars, the style, all the inside buzz on Hollywood's biggest night.
We are on the road to the Oscars.
Every morning, the countdown is on. No one does the Oscars like Good Morning America.
Well, this week's warm-up has turned many snow piles into puddles. But as the snow melts, some homeowners are discovering unexpected damage to their property.
Our Alex Schley has more.
As temperatures rise for the first time this year, some residents are finding their roofs start to show signs of trouble.
What we are currently in right now with the warm-up, that ice buildup on roofs is causing water to infiltrate through the roof system.
Rindy Riley has worked cleaning up properties affected by floods, leaks, and other unforeseen damage for over a decade. She says melting ice can reveal cracks and damage caused by ice buildup over the winter.
It's usually in the soffit area, the bottom edge of your roof, and that's caused from melting the underside of the snowpack, which causes the ice to build up over time. Then as the melting cycle happens, the water comes in through ceilings, exterior walls.
According to the chief executive officer, Scott Wilcox, Tuesday night, the YMCA in Old Town's roof did just that.
So we started experiencing some leaks in our turf room, and as staff came in to check on it, the suspended ceiling behind me dropped with water.
Wilcox says a clogged pipe prevented water from draining off the roof. As the ice melted, around 4 inches of water pooled up. Wilcox says they did close the gym and turf while the leak was being fixed, but expect both areas to be back open by Thursday morning. Riley says homeowners should take steps to prevent similar problems.
The easiest thing to do to prevent ice dams is to keep the snowpack off your roof, at least the bottom 4 to 6 feet.
Riley says it's important to clear any drain pipes in and around your property and double check your insurance policies. In Old Town, I'm Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And watch as the roof of a firehouse collapses because of that snow issue. It happened in Oneida County, New York on Saturday under the weight of heavy snow. Syracuse.com reports fire crews were working actually to remove the snow buildup from the roof just minutes before. No injuries were reported.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. Some of the firefighters had the little snow shovels in hand, the roof rakes in hand, and all of a sudden that metal roof just kind of came right down.
I know,
so,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yep, got to take it serious.
Finally, the snow came off our roof yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I still have some up on my roof, and it looks like we'll get a little bit more today. You know, a couple inches at least here in the Bangor area. You know, it's that time of year where we're starting to have that melt and the freezing cycle. So
I know.
It's good
people
to get,
have been on their Harleys. Have you seen anybody on their motorcycles?
The last few days, people have been out there just trying to enjoy the milder weather, and I'm with them. I can't wait for spring.
But snow.
Yeah,
dun,
snow.
dun, dun.
It won't last long, though.
It won't. It won't. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Irish Collision Center. Irish Collision Center offers expert repairs with the 3D frame measuring system, aluminum repair equipment. Our recent expansion boosts capacity, faster service. We're dedicated to quality every time. Visit us today. Here we go. Winter weather advisories are posted until 7 o'clock tonight as we'll watch for accumulating snow and some mixed precipitation that will be taking place as well. Small crowd advisory is up until 7 a.m. as we head towards your Friday. Meanwhile, wave heights are already active, although nearby not too bad at around 1 to 2 feet, but anywhere you see these colors indicating some higher surf that is being observed this morning. Meanwhile, on land, not too much of an issue with the visibility for now, and the key word is for now. We'll see that decrease as we watch for snow moving in later on this morning. Here's what we got. We got increasing clouds taking place now. The snow is further off towards the south and west. The wider picture is showing this main system tracking from the southwest and going to the north and east. That will give us a snowfall, mixing it with a little bit of rain later on today as well. Let's break this down. So again, later on this morning by about 11 o'clock or so, we're watching for the snow moving in, mixing in with a little bit of rain as well, especially along and south of Bangor. Later on tonight, maybe some leftover snow further off towards the north. But notice as we head towards your Friday, we get this system out of here, maybe a few flurries further off towards the north for your Friday. But for us, we'll stay dry. But then once we head towards Friday evening, we'll watch for increasing clouds again with another system that will also be moving in our direction. Let's talk about today's system. Overall, a widespread 1 to 3 inch snowfall is expected. Some of you could get close to 4 inches like over Millinocket and maybe close to the Greenville area as well. But then, of course, we'll watch for our next system that will be moving in soon. Now, here it is right here, moving in from the west. It will start to approach by Saturday morning, mainly as snow, but it could also transition to a little bit of rain as we head towards Saturday afternoon with warmer air moving in. We'll start to get all of this out of here as we head towards Saturday evening, and then by Sunday, we will look rather dry. Meanwhile, some gusty winds today reaching up to about 15, maybe 20 miles per hour at times, maybe getting close to 30 miles per hour along the coast, and then more gusty winds. Here we go as we head towards tomorrow as well. So for today, here's what we got. Upper 30s, rain and snow areas of dense fog on the way. Southeast wind up to at least 15 miles per hour at times. Tonight, upper 20s, rain and snow early, then decreasing clouds overnight. Areas of dense fog possible as well. Southwest wind backing off to roughly 5 miles per hour or so. And then for tomorrow, we have upper 30s, partly cloudy and windy. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Irish Collision Center. Rain and snow chances again Saturday with highs in the low 40s, lower 20s. We cool off Sunday under a mostly sunny sky. Mostly sunny Monday with highs in the low 20s.
At Old Town Redemption Center, we are always ready to help with any fundraisers or bottle drives. We are here to help our community. Like and follow us on Facebook for upcoming weekly holiday giveaways and our monthly $100 drawing.
Winter is a time to get outside and enjoy all that Maine has to offer. And when it's time to come inside, rest assured everything's toasty because of your Fujitsu heat pump from Valley Home Services. Push a button and you'll be snuggling up on the couch in no time. Valley Home Services offers reliable rebates, significant energy savings, and expert installation. And now save $500 off each indoor unit for all systems installed by April 1st. Embrace the comfort of Fujitsu heat pumps from Valley Home Services. Call or click today.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Old Town Redemption Center, and Triple S Tax Shop want to send you to see the professional bull riders performing March 7th through the 9th at the Cross Insurance Center in Bangor. Register to win 2 tickets by stopping by Old Town Redemption Center, offering a 10% bonus on returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Or Triple S Tax Shop in Carmel for quality clothing and equestrian gear. Professional bull riders, an exciting show for the entire family.
Today, there are so many Medicare options, and they can be confusing. This is why Senior Planning Center has locations and agents all over Maine to help you secure the benefits you deserve. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? See why thousands of Mainers turn to Senior Planning Center for their Medicare needs.
Don't call an out-of-state 800 number when your help is right here at home with the Senior Planning Center. For a free Medicare review, call 207-223-6565 and speak with a licensed agent today. No obligation to enroll.
At Old Town Redemption Center, we are always ready to help with any fundraisers or bottle drives. We are here to help our community. Like and follow us on Facebook for upcoming weekly holiday giveaways and our monthly $100 drawing.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, this morning, President Trump defending his actions to scale back the size of the federal workforce. It comes as the president held his first cabinet meeting this week. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the latest from Washington.
This morning, President Trump continuing his efforts to dramatically downsize the federal workforce. A new memo directs federal agencies to promptly prepare for large-scale reductions in staff and to submit those plans by March 13th.
We've had tremendous success.
The president defending the cuts during his first cabinet meeting, where he also defended his point man on reductions, billionaire Elon Musk.
So I'm going to ask if it's possible to have Elon get up first and talk about Doge, because it seems to be of great interest to everyone.
The overall goal here with the Doge team is to help address the enormous deficit. We simply cannot sustain as a country $2 trillion deficits.
Some of the cuts include a staggering 65% of the Environmental Protection Agency's workforce. Musk also defending his recent email where he demanded federal workers list out their recent accomplishments or risk being fired.
I think that email perhaps was best interpreted as a performance review, but actually it was a pulse check review. Do you have a pulse?
The White House now says more than 1 million employees have responded, roughly half of all federal workers. On the campaign trail, Trump promised that Doge would cut $2 trillion in spending, but now he's walked back that goal to $1 trillion in cuts. And for the first time, the Supreme Court is getting involved in at least one of the cases regarding federal funds. At issue, nearly $2 billion in foreign aid payments the administration has frozen. A lower court judge ordered the government to unfreeze those payments by midnight last night. Critics say the freeze in funding for past aid work risks the lives of millions of people who depend on programs the U.S. government has funded for decades. An order from Chief Justice John Roberts has now pushed back the deadline to Friday so the justices can consider the case. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
We begin with the measles outbreak that has now turned deadly. A child infected with the virus has died in Texas, where health officials say that child was not vaccinated. And with new cases also reported in other parts of the country, doctors are growing more concerned about the spread, especially among children who are extremely vulnerable to this contagion. Here's ABC's Perry Russum.
Overnight, a Texas community holding a prayer vigil for a child who died from the measles.
We pray for the healthcare team.
The Texas Health Department says the school-aged child was not vaccinated, marking the country's first death from the measles in a decade.
This is a big deal. We are now seeing a very serious consequence of what happens when we have measles in our community.
More than 120 people have been infected with measles in West Texas, largely spreading among rural Mennonite communities. A vast majority are unvaccinated patients under the age of 18. Dr. Johnson is a pediatrician in Lubbock.
I didn't expect to ever take care of measles patients in my career in any meaningful way. It seems like something from the past, but if we don't continue to vaccinate and do the things that we did in order to make these illnesses of the past, then there'll be illnesses of the present.
Several measles cases have also been reported in New Mexico. Officials say there is no apparent link between the outbreaks, but experts are warning cases will likely spread beyond unvaccinated religious communities.
It's not a question of if, it's a question of when we will see more measles cases popping up around the United States. Since the pandemic, we've seen vaccination rates slowly decline.
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. insists the outbreak is not unusual, despite turning deadly.
We're going to continue to follow it. Incidentally, there have been 4 measles outbreaks this year. In this country last year, there were 16. So it's not unusual. We have measles outbreaks every year.
Overnight, Kentucky reporting its first confirmed measles case in years. Experts say the vaccine provides lifelong protection. A booster can be helpful, but check with your doctor. Perry Russum, ABC News, New York.
Well, legendary Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman and his wife have died. The Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office says Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, and their dog were found dead inside their home in New Mexico on Wednesday afternoon. The Sheriff's Office says there are no immediate signs of foul play, but the cause of death for the couple remains undetermined. The Sheriff's Office says deputies responded to a welfare check and found the couple and their dog dead. Hackman was an award-winning actor known for his roles in The French Connection and Unforgiven. Hackman married Arakawa, a classical pianist, in 1991. He was 95 years old and she was 64.
A federal agency cancels its annual meeting to discuss vaccine updates. The Food and Drug Administration says its vaccine advisory committee will not hold its meeting on next season's influenza vaccine. The meeting usually covers which strains need to be included in vaccines for the next flu season. The FDA did not offer an explanation into the cancellation, which comes just days after the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention postponed its own advisory committee meeting on vaccines. And coming up on the second half of the newscast, we'll have the latest from showbiz.
Plus that full weather forecast coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Hammond Lumber Company has been a trusted partner of professional contractors, do-it-yourselfers, and homeowners for generations. It's the level of trust that Hammond Lumber has earned by providing an extensive selection of products and materials from industry-leading suppliers with guidance and support through every stage of any project, including delivery of materials throughout Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company is, has been, and will always be your building project partner.
WVII, ABC7 cares about the children in our area. We offer a variety of programming for children ages 7 to 14. WVII, ABC7 keeps a file about these programs in our public inspection file. You may view these files during regular business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The public inspection file is located at our studios at 371 Target Industrial Circle, Bangor, Maine 04401.
Hello, this is George Whelan with Down East Direct Cremation. Now, anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, from the comfort of your desktop or the convenience of your mobile device, you can summon transport and arrange a simple, affordable, respectful Down East Direct Cremation for your deceased loved one. Just by using the button exclusively at downeastdirectcremation.com. All you need is the location address of the person who has died, their vital statistics information, a valid credit card for payment, and that's it. No need to pick up the telephone, no need to answer a bunch of questions, no need to come into the store, and it's still just $9.75 complete. It's so easy, even I can do it. For more information, visit us at downeastdirectcremation.com or call us at 207-225-5332. Simple, affordable, respectful. The button, only at downeastdirectcremation.com.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Welcome Welcome back, everyone. Today is Thursday, February 27th, 2025. It's also No-Brainer Day, or as we say in Maine, No-Brainer Day.
This is me unzipping the roof of my skull, taking it out.
Just turn it off for a little while.
Tossing it over there.
Yeah.
Not using it today.
There you
Everybody
go.
watch out. Well, this holiday was created to encourage people to keep things simple and resolve situations calmly without stress. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go.
Yeah.
I can't do this day. No-Brainer Day is a day to do all those no-brainer tasks and activities. It's also a reminder to take it easy and not fret too much when a situation gets difficult to handle. With a little patience, the solution to any problem can appear within reach. So when's Freak Out and Cause a Scene Day?
Oh, that comes up in December.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right before the end of the year and all that.
Right,
But,
right.
I kind of live my life like that. I use my brain when I need to.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I try not to fret too much about things.
Well, you're a fixer.
Yeah.
If you can see a problem that can be fixed, you fix it.
I fix it.
But you're the type of person who's like, if I can't fix this, I'm going to walk away from this problem.
Yeah, I'm not going to let it bother me too much, depending on what it is. But usually if I let things stew for a while, all of a sudden the answer will come to me.
Yeah.
You know, if I just give it some thought or just try not to think too hard about it.
I'm a stewer.
You're a stewer.
I'm
I
a
know.
stewer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you see me looking tired, I got a stew on the stove.
You're thinking too much.
Yeah.
Thinking too much. All right. Time for history. It was on this day back in 1887. New Orleans held its very first Mardi Gras celebration. I think it's getting underway right around now there.
I'm jealous.
Heading into March.
I want to go.
Yeah, one of these days I'll make it down there.
Me too.
In 1922, the Supreme Court upheld the constitutionality of the 19th Amendment, which provided women with the right to vote. The court ruled against a Baltimore lawyer who wanted to strike all women from Maryland's voting rolls, claiming the amendment infringed on the state's sovereignty. 1951, the 22nd Amendment was ratified, limiting presidents to 2 terms in office. And in 1964, the Italian government reached out for help to save the Leaning Tower of Pisa. The top tourist attraction was leaning too far, and suggestions poured in from all around the world. Various methods were used over the years to keep it from collapsing, but it wasn't until 1999 when a massive stabilization project was carried out that should keep it standing for another 300 years. They actually brought it back like another foot, or righted it about a foot or so, and they did some things to its base, and so it should be good for a while.
Oh, okay.
They built it over the remains of an ancient river, so all the sand underneath was all silty and everything.
Yeah.
So not a very good base, but
Yeah.
now it's all concrete and whatever.
Cool.
So, yeah,
That's also on my bucket list.
Yeah, I
Just
thought it was
find
interesting.
Yeah, right. In 1973, members of the American Indian movement began a 71-day occupation at Wounded Knee in South Dakota. They were protesting the federal government's failure to live up to its agreement with Indian nations. In 1974, the first issue of People magazine was published. In 1982, an Atlanta jury convicted serial killer Wayne Williams of killing 28 young African Americans. He was sentenced to life in prison. And in 1991, President George H.W. Bush ordered a halt to a military offensive against Iraq, claiming our military objectives had been met.
A kind of controversial decision at the time. Well, today's birthdays include singer Josh Groban, who is 44 years old today. Actress Kate Mara turns 42. And singer Johnny Van Zant is 65 years old today.
Cool. Is he related to Townes Van Zandt?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I know he sings for Lynyrd Skynyrd, and I'm a big
Right.
Lynyrd Skynyrd fan.
Right.
But
I love Townes Van Zandt.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I've heard the name. I just don't know.
I've wanted to Google that before. I'll Google it.
Yeah, happy birthday to them, and happy
Yeah.
birthday to you.
Yeah.
too, if it's your birthday.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's somebody's birthday.
I'm sure it is. Okay. It's going to be a wintry kind of birthday if you do have one today.
Yeah, I'm sure they're used to it, though. Here's Devin Biggs with that forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Irish Collision Center. Irish Collision Center offers expert repairs with a 3D frame measuring system, aluminum repair equipment. Our recent expansion boosts capacity, faster service. We're dedicated to quality every time. Visit us today. Here we go. Temperatures not too bad this morning. They did get a little bit colder further off towards the north, but across our neck of the woods, we've been seeing teens and 20s. in our backyard. Moving forward, we do have a winter weather advisory that will expire at 7 o'clock tonight. We will have some snowfall and some mixed precipitation that will be taking place, and we also have a small crowd advisory that is up until 7 a.m. on Friday. Meanwhile, we're quiet at the moment, and the keyword is at the moment. Look further down to the south and west. We are seeing our first wave of energy, and the main event that's tracking off to the north and east. This will give us snow and a little bit of rain passing through as well. Futurecast showing the snow moving in this morning, transitioning to rain for some of you too, along and south of Bangor, but it does get out of here later on tonight. Maybe some lingering snow off toward the north later on tonight and the parts of tomorrow. Some wind gusts today up to around 15, 20, maybe up to 30 miles per hour further down to the south. We'll have more wind gusts on the way for sure as we head towards your Friday. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon periods showing the snow beginning later on this morning with temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you very much, Devin. Going to be a little nasty out there today.
I know, messy. Yeah. And for the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Dave Packer.
Actress Michelle Trachtenberg has died, best known for her recurring roles on Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Gossip Girl. Trachtenberg recently underwent a liver transplant and may have been experiencing complications, sources tell ABC News. Authorities say no foul play is suspected. Trachtenberg was 39. Academy Awards organizers have announced more presenters for this Sunday's Oscars ceremony. Dave Bautista, Harrison Ford, Zoe Saldana, and Rachel Ziegler are among them, with comedian Nick Offerman serving as the announcer for this year's ceremony. The Oscars air this Sunday on ABC. Netflix is out with their twice-annual What We Watched report. The streamer says subscribers watched 94 billion hours of content between July and December of last year. Most popular series? Season 2 of Squid Game. Dave Packer, ABC News.
I haven't seen that.
I know, I haven't either. Yeah. I think it would stress me out, though. All right after the break, Tyler Cruz has our sports updates.
Don't go away.
Did he lose his shirt?
I've never seen anybody lose their shirt.
I guess deny and delay didn't work today. Now look at him.
Who's the law firm?
The law offices of Joe Bornstein.
If you've been injured in an accident, call Joe. The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
Tell the insurance company you mean business.
You live in vacation land, right? Then get out and vacation, why don't you? And do it in style by renting an RV from Maine Campo Rentals. Fully furnished, fully insured, ready to roll out and explore. Or maybe you have relatives visiting you. Save your marriage, save the hotel expense, put them up in an affordable RV from Maine Campo Rentals. We'll deliver to Acadia and local campgrounds too. Call or visit online at MaineCampoRentals.com. Put away that cell phone and discover vacation land with Maine Campo Rentals in Brewer.
Brandywine Graphics makes it easy. We are the top source for screen printing, embroidery, branded merchandise, and direct-to-garment printing. With 25 years experience, state-of-the-art equipment, and a commitment to excellence, why trust your apparel products with anyone else? And now, Brandywine Graphics can easily launch online stores for your school or organization. Simply design your products from brands like Eddie Bauer, Carhartt, and more. Share the link and we'll do the rest. Like we said, Brandywine Graphics makes it easy. Find out more at brandywinegraphics.com or at our Hamden location.
Bring your new kitchen to life with help from the Kitchen, Bath, and Flooring Division by Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We will start up at the University of Maine, where Maine women's basketball recently got back on track with a big comeback win over Binghamton this weekend. The Black Bears trailed by as much as 12 in the fourth quarter before mounting a comeback that saw Caroline Dotsey finish a layup with just seconds remaining to give Maine the win. That victory snapped a 4-game losing streak for the Black Bears, and it was a much-needed victory with just 2 games remaining.
Yeah, I think it was huge. I think, we were going into that game, there was a lot of doubt on a lot of people's minds, and, being down 12 in the fourth quarter, not sure we can do it, and they did, and it was totally them. They made all the plays, they made all the shots, and it was really fun to watch.
I think we all kind of got together and was like, hey guys, like we really got to push now. Like we only have so much game left, and I mean the game is still online. It's not impossible, and I think we found that confidence in each other and really got together and did it.
Maine grad senior Caroline Borneman has had to step up this year, and she has. The traditional small forward sliding into the paint and playing more of a power forward role, but she's held her own and then some, currently leading the Black Bears in both points and rebounds.
It's been fun for sure. Nothing I necessarily expected, but as Coach said, I mean, things happen, unfortunately. But no, yeah, it's for sure been fun. It's a good challenge, and I mean, I like being down there.
You know, when things happen and injuries happen, sometimes you have to play different roles, and she's really embraced that and has done a really nice job. She's so physically strong anyway, and that she's been able to utilize her strength to really, you know, be effective down low.
The Black Bears have 2 games remaining before America East playoffs, all starting at home Thursday night against New Hampshire. Moving to some high school sports now. This Friday and Saturday are our gold ball games for hoops, but it's also a big day Saturday for hockey. The Class B semifinals take over Colby College, and we have some Class A matchups going on. It all starts at 11 a.m. with the Bangor Rams taking on Kents Hill. Bangor, the 5 seed, Kents Hill, number 4. The Rams won the last meeting between the two. At Colby College at 7 is the Class B semis. Hamden Academy takes on John Bapps to kick the day off, while Coney and Messalonski, the 2 and 3 seeds, have the nightcap. All right, moving it back to Orono and onto the ice now. 2 more weekends of the regular season remain for Maine men's hockey. They host Vermont this weekend at the Alfond. For Maine women's hockey, they get the postseason rolling on Saturday with the Hockey East quarterfinals. The Black Bears earning the 6th seed in Hockey East. They play at Conti Forum against the 3rd-ranked BC Eagles on Saturday at 4:30. Maine is rolling into the playoffs too, playing some of their best hockey of the year. They haven't lost since a 1-0 overtime game at Holy Cross on February 1st, and they say playing tougher teams all year long has really helped them grow.
I don't think that, again, as I said, that there was really a defining moment or one thing that changed. I think that it was the culmination of a lot of those huge games against those ranked teams. A lot of those we came out with a loss, but I don't consider them to be a failure at all. I think that we grew a lot from them, and it's been showing a lot in the recent weeks in terms of getting those points that we needed to finish in the top 6 and earn ourselves a spot in the quarterfinal game.
Like I said, the Black Bears getting ready to play Hockey East 3rd-ranked team in Boston College. It'll be the 4th matchup between the two this season. BC won the first 3, but Maine now knows what the Eagles do best. But with this late run for the Black Bears, they are a much different team than they were last time out.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, at this point, we've played Boston College 3 times now, so we kind of know their strengths, we know their weaknesses, and so we're kind of, I think that also we have grown a lot as a team since they last saw us, so we're going to be a bit of a different team as well.
Wishing them the best of luck. Makes for a big Saturday in the Maine sports world. Let's go back to the basketball court now. Celtics in action on the 2nd night of a back-to-back on Wednesday, looking to keep it rolling in Detroit. Boston has won their last 6 games heading in. Pistons winners of their last 7. First quarter, Celtics trailing. Jason Tatum leaves Cade Cunningham in the dust and nails the step-back triple. To the 2nd quarter now, Celtics still trailing here. Cunningham ahead to Ron Holland, who makes a nice move to the hoop. Detroit goes up by 15, but the Celtics would fire back. Al Horford from Jason Tatum here. Tatum gets inside, sends it back out to the big man, and his triple ties it. Celtics had 11 threes in the 2nd quarter. But the second half was all Detroit. Cunningham, a great pass down low to Jalen Duren. He finishes to put the Pistons back up double figures again. And to kick off the 4th quarter, Pritchard coughs it up back to Detroit, and Malik Beasley drills it. Detroit snaps the Celtics win streak. They win 117-97. All right, and that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Looking for a place the whole family will love? Gilmore's Restaurant has something for everyone. From legendary boneless wings to weekly specials and refreshing drinks, we're your neighborhood favorite. Whether it's family dinner or a night out, Gilmore's Restaurant is where memories are made. Family-friendly and flavor-packed, visit us today.
Whether you can pinpoint the problem or can't quite put your finger on it, the friendly professionals from Coastal Auto Parts can help point you in the right direction. With Maine's largest network of parts, you can trust your vehicle will have what it needs to get you to the moments that matter most. Because Napa knows the keys to a winning team. And with 30 locations in Maine, Coastal Auto Parts helps keep our communities running. Team up together with the fuel that keeps us firing on all cylinders. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Don't get cold feet this winter. Stay warm and dry with high-performance footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. With an extensive selection of winter boots rated from 0 to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll find comfort in knowing your feet will be warm in any weather. Discover the latest in functional and fashionable footwear with grippers built right into the sole. With boots in stock up to 6E and size 17 for men and women. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
Looking for a place the whole family will love? Gilmore's Restaurant has something for everyone. From legendary boneless wings to weekly specials and refreshing drinks, we're your neighborhood favorite. Whether it's family dinner or a night out, Gilmore's Restaurant is where memories are made. Family friendly and flavor packed. Visit us today.
Countdown is on, and this year's 97th Academy Awards has several first-timers receiving Oscar nods. This year, there are 13 total first-time nominees just in the acting categories.
With many big Hollywood names spanning from performances in comedies, dramas, and musicals. ABC's Melissa Aiden has the story.
The Dolby Theater is transforming as we get closer to Hollywood's biggest night and the major awards show marking a first for 13 acting nominees.
Popular, you're gonna be popular.
Ariana Grande moved to tears for her supporting actress nod in Wicked. This is the first time two musicals, Wicked and Emilia Perez, have been nominated for Best Picture since 1969. Carla Sofia Gascon and Zoe Saldana also receiving first-time acting nods for their roles in Emilia Perez.
It's a musical, but it's also like, you know, suspicion and yet people like it. I'm so grateful because it says a lot about us as people that, one, we're looking for things that are fresh and different and outside boxes, and we're also looking to be challenged.
Yvonne proposed to me.
Mikey Madison's breakout performance in Honora, earning her a nomination for Best Actress. Her co-star, Yura Borisov, the first Russian star to be honored with an Academy Award nom in nearly 5 decades.
It's a great moment. I feel that a lot of people are very happy because of this.
Hollywood star Demi Moore with a first-time Best Actress nomination for The Substance. The Oscar nom following her win at the Golden Globes, her first ever acting award.
I've been doing this a long time, like over 45 years, and this is the first time I've ever won anything as an actor.
Monica Barbaro earning a nom for supporting actress in the Bob Dylan biopic, A Complete Unknown, sharing how quickly she learned how to play the guitar for her role.
I was not a singer, I didn't play guitar, but I had some time, initially 5 months, and then the strikes happened, so I had a little bit more time to get, you know, really into the music.
The 97th Academy Awards also marking a first for Oscar host Conan O'Brien.
Oh, I'm hosting. Yes. I'm an Oscar host.
Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I love Conan.
I do too.
Funny guy.
He is funny.
Yeah.
All right, now let's get one final look at that 5-day forecast with Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Irish Collision Center. Irish Collision Center offers expert repairs with a 3D frame measuring system, aluminum repair equipment. Our recent expansion boosts capacity, faster service. We're dedicated to quality every time. Visit us today. Here we go. Winter weather advisories are posted until 7 o'clock tonight as we'll watch for accumulating snow and some mixed precipitation that will be taking place as well. Small craft advisory is up until 7 a.m. as we head towards your Friday. Meanwhile, wave heights are already active, although nearby not too bad at around 1 to 2 feet, but anywhere you see these colors indicating some higher surf that is being observed this morning. Meanwhile, on land, not too much of an issue with the visibility for now, and the keyword is for now. We'll see that decrease as we watch for snow moving in later on this morning. Here's what we got. We got increasing clouds taking place now. The snow is further off towards the south and west. The wider picture is showing this main system tracking from the southwest and going to the north and east. That will give us a snowfall, mixing in with a little bit of rain later on today as well. Let's break this down. So again, later on this morning by about 11 o'clock or so, we're watching for the snow moving in, mixing in with a little bit of rain as well, especially along and south of Bangor. Later on tonight, maybe some leftover snow further off towards the north. But notice as we head towards your Friday, we get this system out of here, maybe a few flurries further off towards the north for your your Friday, but for us, we'll stay dry. But then once we head towards Friday evening, we'll watch for increasing clouds again with another system that will also be moving in our direction. Let's talk about today's system. Overall, a widespread 1 to 3 inch snowfall is expected. Some of you could get close to 4 inches like over Millinocket and maybe close to the Greenville area as well. But then, of course, we'll watch for our next system that will be moving in soon. Now, here it is right here, moving in from the west. It will start to approach by Saturday morning, mainly as snow, but it could also transition to a little bit of rain as we head towards Saturday afternoon with warmer air moving in. We'll start to get all of this out of here as we head towards Saturday evening, and then by Sunday, we will look rather dry. Meanwhile, some gusty winds today reaching up to about 15, maybe 20 miles per hour at times, maybe getting close to 30 miles per hour along the coast, and then more gusty winds. Here we go as we head towards tomorrow as well. So for today, here's what we got. Upper 30s, rain and snow areas of dense fog on the way. Southeast wind up to at least 15 miles per hour at times. Tonight, upper 20s, rain and snow early, then decreasing clouds overnight. Areas of dense fog possible as well. Southwest wind backing off to roughly 5 miles per hour or so. And then for tomorrow, we have upper 30s, partly cloudy and windy. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. All righty, let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Irish Collision Center. Rain and snow chances again Saturday with highs in the low 40s, lower 20s. We cool off Sunday under a mostly sunny sky. Mostly sunny Monday with highs in the low 20s.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. One of our clients was a man whose family contacted me after he was badly injured in a hit and run. As a former prosecutor, I was able to work with the police and the DA's office to identify the driver and prove that he was drunk when the accident happened. It was that work that allowed us to get him a $500,000 settlement. If you've been hurt by a drunk driver, call me. I'm your go-to guy.
Hurt by a drunk driver? Call the twos.
I bought the sales pitch. Take an abortion pill and magically I would be unpregnant. I didn't know I'd have to take 2 different types of pills. That I would abort at any time, in my car, at work. That I would have to dispose of my aborted baby's body on my own. It haunts me. Don't make the same mistake I did.
Winter is a time to get outside and enjoy all that Maine has to offer. And when it's time to come inside, rest assured everything's toasty because of your Fujitsu heat pump from Valley Home Services. Push a button and you'll be snuggling up on the couch in no time. Valley Home Services offers reliable rebates, significant energy savings, and expert installation. And now save $500 off each indoor unit for all systems installed by April 1st. Embrace the comfort of Fujitsu heat pumps from Valley Home Services. Call or click today.
This Sunday, it's the Oscars with performances by Ariana Grande, Doja Cat, and many more. Hosted by Conan O'Brien.
The stars, the glamour, and me.
The Oscars, Sunday, live on ABC and Hulu.
Now, finally this hour, a Texas-based private company launches a spacecraft into orbit as part of mission IM-2. Intuitive machine spacecraft Athena successfully blasted off from NASA's Kennedy Space Center at Cape Canaveral on Wednesday night and is headed to the moon, hitching a ride with SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket. The spacecraft is carrying NASA science instruments, which are designed to search for signs of water near the moon's south pole. Intuitive Machines launched spacecraft Odysseus as part of a mission IM-1 last year, but the spacecraft's leg broke off when it attempted to land on the moon. They're hoping for better results this time.
Yeah, seemed like a pretty good launch at least.
Yeah.
Looks like we are running out of time, however. If you missed anything, you can head to foxbangor.com. We'll start a new hour next on Fox 22.
Have a great day.
When I would visit my mother at the nursing home, there were really bad sores on her back, but nobody would tell me what was going on. Why not?
If an incident has occurred at a nursing home that's brought up cause for concern, call the twos. right now.
The attorneys at Lowry and Associates helped me get answers. They held the nursing home accountable for what happened to my mother.
If you suspect nursing home abuse or neglect, we're your go-to lawyers.
Today, there are so many Medicare options, and they can be confusing. This is why Senior Planning Center has locations and agents all over Maine to help you secure the benefits you deserve. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? See why thousands of Mainers turn to Senior Planning Center for their Medicare needs.
Don't call an out-of-state 800 number when your help is right here at home with the Senior Planning Center. For a free Medicare review, call 207-223-6565 and speak with a licensed agent today. No obligation to enroll.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Old Town Redemption Center, and Triple S Tax Shop want to send you to see the professional bull riders performing March 7th through the 9th at the Cross Insurance Center in Bangor. Register to win 2 tickets by stopping by Old Town Redemption Center, offering a 10% bonus on returnables and a monthly $100 drawing, or Triple S Tax Shop in Carmel for quality clothing and equestrian gear. Professional bull riders, an exciting show for the entire family.
I feel like you really get me.
Well, you know, I do my best.
Our first commercial was a hit. What's our next move? Talk like that all the time?
Yeah, and we could sell baked goods.
How about a jingle? Get ready for winter at Frost Garage.
Let's have a circus. Huh?
Let's just tell people the truth. We'll get your snow tires mounted.
And we'll get you some winter wipers.
We'll make sure your battery's ready to go. Exactly.
We don't need a gimmick.
Get your vehicle ready for winter at Frost Garage in Hamden.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Good Morning America. Gene Hackman's death. Michael's exclusive with Amazon CEO, and Robin goes one-on-one with Cynthia Erivo.
People choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, Maine Republicans submit a bill aimed at banning transgender athletes from competing in women's sports.
Plus, the latest on an effort to recall Governor Janet Mills.
And Mainers are discovering lots of leaky roofs as the snow continues to melt. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday morning. We'll have those stories and a lot more coming up. But first, what could turn out to be the big news of the day. Not a massive storm, but we do have a storm moving its way into the state today. Some folks will see a little rain mixed with snow, and then all of us will see a little snow before it ends. Last I heard, maybe 2 to 4 inches here in the Bangor area.
That could be a mess.
It could be.
Especially as a wintry mix.
Yeah.
Here's Devin Binks with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday, your first weather